We're live.
Thank you. Sergeants, begin your recordings. Cloud recording is up.
Backup is rolling.
Thank you. Sergeant Kukowski, you may begin the opening.
Good morning, and welcome to today's remote New York City Council hearing of the Committee on Economic Development. At this time, would Council staff please turn on their video? Please place electronic devices on vibrate or silent. Thank you. Chair, we are ready to begin.
Thank you so much, and good morning, everyone. I am Paul Vallone, Chair of the City Council's Economic Committee for Economic Development. Today, we will be happily voting on two pieces of legislation related to our food policy here in New York City. The first is proposed intro 1673A, proposed by my colleague and good friend, Councilmember Carlina Rivera. This bill will require all city agencies with food procurement contracts to develop and implement a plan for reducing food waste and require each agency to designate a coordinator to produce annual reports on that agency's food waste prevention plan and measures taken to implement that plan. The second bill is proposed intro 1680A, sponsored by myself and Speaker Johnson. This bill will require the Office of Long-Term Planning and Sustainability to expand its annual food system metrics report to include additional information regarding: one, the number of people eligible for public food programs but not yet enrolled; two, the number of retailers who accept SNAP or other public benefits; three, the number and percent of subpopulations experiencing food insecurity; and four, the metrics charting progress toward reducing inequities in the distribution of food and diet-related diseases. The committee first considered these bills at a hearing back on September 18th, 2019. The pandemic struck, obviously, and left many with questions of where the next meals would come from. In the greatest city in the world, we can't stand idle while 1 in 8 of our New Yorkers face food insecurity. This bill will allow us to take an in-depth look at food production, distribution, and access in the 5 boroughs, a critical step in developing equitable and transformative food policy strategies for tomorrow. I thank City Council Speaker Johnson for bringing attention to this important issue, and I'm proud to support both of these bills, and I urge my colleagues on this committee to vote in favor of these pieces of legislation. I'd also finally like to thank my staff and committee staff for their hard work on both of these pieces. And with that, I'd like to call on the clerk to call the roll unless there's anyone who has any statements or comments at this point. Thank you.
Good morning. It's still morning. William Martin, Committee Clerk. Roll call vote. Committee on Economic Development. Proposed introductions 1673A and 1680A. Both items are coupled. Chair Vallone.
I vote aye on both, and thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Koo.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Lander.
I vote aye.
Barron.
Thank you. I vote aye.
Hornigy.
I vote aye.
Jonai.
I vote aye.
Powers.
I vote aye.
Lewis.
I vote aye.
Thank you. By a vote of 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, both items have been adopted by the committee and as a full committee chairperson.
Thank you very much. So if everyone's voted, then we can conclude this meeting. If anyone still needs a little time, I guess we can hold on. But thank you, everyone. That concludes our vote for this.